From that male fan touching Sasha Banks on the butt to the young fan who touched Natalya on the chest, these fans crossing the line and inappropriately touching women wrestlers is causing a lot of stir in the WWE community. In this video, we'll be cringing at some of these incidents when they happen to other female wrestlers. Scarlett Bordeaux. Talking about cringeworthy moments, this fan had a lot on his mind for grabbing Scarlett Bordeaux in such a disturbing way while she was still in ring action. Professional wrestling is a world that extends far beyond the glitz and glamour of WWE. There are promotions all around the world, showcasing some of the best talent in the industry. One such wrestler is Scarlett Bordeaux, who faced a deeply troubling incident during her time in AAA, a Mexican wrestling promotion. Scarlett, known for her striking presence and in-ring prowess, was performing in a 6-woman tag match at Conquista Total in Cancun. As part of the show, she executed a high-risk maneuver known as a crossbody to the outside of the ring. However, things took a dark turn when she landed amidst the crowd. A fan seized the opportunity and began rubbing Scarlett in a completely inappropriate manner. The fan grabbed her and rubbed up and down. Viewer discretion should be advised for the clip, as it's quite upsetting to watch and hence should have been illegal consequences. One of Scarlett's partners, Lady Shawnee, had to physically remove Scarlett from his arms as she instantly realized that the fan had gone way too far. The incident was captured on video and quickly spread across social media, drawing widespread condemnation from fans and industry professionals alike. Scarlett's tag team partner quickly intervened, likely preventing further distress. Nonetheless, the incident had already marred the event, and Scarlett was not happy about it. Following the incident, she took to Twitter to issue a series of statements, and this is what she had to say. "It is never okay to touch a performer without their consent. I didn't realize what happened until I watched the footage afterwards, being so in the moment after a dive with my back turned. Otherwise, I would have reacted much differently. Thanks to Lady Shawnee for having my back. What I wear is completely irrelevant. It can be an extreme bikini or a swimsuit, it doesn't matter. My body is mine and you can't touch me without my permission. Most fans I encounter are respectful, awesome people, and I appreciate you. But just a final thought, if you wouldn't want a stranger to grab you on the street, don't do it to a wrestler as they're putting their bodies on the line, trying to entertain you to try to justify this person's behavior. Sadly, these wrestlers have not only had to deal with inappropriate behaviors during their matches, but also at their entrances. Natalya. One such incident happened in the year 2014. Natalya, a well-established WWE veteran and a member of the renowned Hart Wrestling family, had an unexpected and uncomfortable experience while making her entrance on WWE Main Event. This incident serves as an example of how even unintentional contact can turn into a source of discomfort and controversy. The incident took place during an episode of WWE Main Event in 2014, following a match between Natalya and Oksana. While walking down the ramp, Natalya, in her usual manner, was engaging with fans and offering high fives. However, one fan placed his hand on an inappropriate area of her body, which was captured on camera and quickly gained attention. Despite the fan's reaction suggesting that it was an accidental act, Natalya handled the situation with remarkable poise. She responded with a high five to the young fan and continued to the ring as if nothing had happened. Following the incident with Natalya, this next female wrestler had an inappropriate encounter with a fan which wasn't quite different. Bayley. Another inappropriate incident with a fan during an entrance, involving Bayley, but this time around an adult fan, and she completely ignored him. In the world of WWE, the entrance ramp is a platform where wrestlers exhibit their characters, and for Bayley, it was a place where she personified the essence of her hugger persona. Her entrance was full of her warmth and approachability, and it often included sharing hugs with young fans, a gesture that made her be loved by the WWE universe. However, there was one instance where this signature act of kindness was marred by the actions of a male fan. During an episode of Monday Night Raw, as Bayley made her way to the ring, she stopped to embrace a young girl, a moment that should have been nothing but delightful. But the innocence of this interaction was disrupted when an adult male fan decided he too wanted to partake in the hugging tradition. With his arms outstretched, he leaned in, attempting to envelop Bayley and the child in an unwanted embrace. The situation quickly turned uncomfortable as Bayley, realizing the man's intentions, skillfully dodged his advance and continued her entrance without missing a beat. It was not only uncomfortable for Bayley, but also for the audience who witnessed it. The fans' actions were a clear violation of personal space and an example of how some individuals fail to recognize the boundaries between performers and spectators. Bayley's decision to ignore the fans and concentrate on her performance was a professional move, but it also shows the challenges that female wrestlers face when interacting with the public. While Bayley's encounter with a male fan is still upsetting, Becky Lynch's experience with a fan at a meet and greet has got a lot of fans furious. Becky Lynch. Leaving the WWE ring to a more controlled environment where these weird fan interactions happen, we find ourselves at a WWE meet and greet where professional wrestling fans often have the opportunity to meet their favorite stars in person. It's a chance to get an up-close and personal experience with the larger-than-life personalities they see on TV, take photos, and maybe exchange a few words. However, sometimes these events can turn uncomfortable, and one such incident involved none other than the man herself, Becky Lynch. During the weekend of WrestleMania 35, Becky Lynch had an interaction with a fan that turned awkward. Known for her fiery persona and no-nonsense attitude in the ring, Lynch found herself in an unsettling embrace. At a recent event, a photograph was taken of a male fan embracing Lynch in a way that was deemed by many as inappropriate and uncomfortable. The image rapidly spread across social media, with fans highlighting the visible distress on Lynch's face. The fan seemed oblivious to personal space boundaries and proper conduct at such events. He wrapped his arms in a way that he embraced Lynch with a tight grip that caused a stir within the wrestling community. Several members of the community raised concerns about the appropriateness of such an exaggerated gesture, suggesting that a simple photograph together would have been adequate to capture the moment. Why did this fan feel the need to impose himself in such an intrusive manner? It was a question that was asked across forums and social media platforms. While female wrestlers have to deal with these inappropriate behaviors from adult fans, some of these incidents were with young fans, which were seen to come from a place of innocence and unintentional, like the next incident with Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella. Professional wrestling is often associated with high-energy, larger-than-life personalities and incredible feats of athleticism. However, it is easy to overlook the delicate balance that exists between fan interaction and personal boundaries in this industry. In light of this, the story of Nikki Bella's interaction with a young fan with special needs before a WWE Superstars match highlighted the importance of compassion and understanding. As Nikki Bella made her entrance, the crowd erupted in cheers and excitement. One young fan in particular was overwhelmed by the moment and reached out to embrace Nikki and proceeded to kiss up. Whilst this behavior shouldn't be encouraged, Nikki handled it insanely well. While this act was coming from a place of pure adoration, it was also a clear breach of personal space and boundaries. But instead of reacting with frustration or anger, Nikki assessed the situation quickly and recognized that the young fan had special needs. With a remarkable display of professionalism and empathy, Nikki gently disengaged from the hug, allowing the young fan to continue experiencing the excitement of the moment without drawing unwanted attention. Her actions highlighted the importance of showing compassion and understanding towards fans who may not fully grasp social norms due to developmental challenges. But that was not the only time a fan kissed Nikki Bella. At a meet and greet event, Nikki Bella had an unpleasant experience with a male fan who went beyond the usual boundaries of taking a picture. While posing for a picture, the fan suddenly grabbed her and planted an unsolicited kiss on her chin, leaving her feeling uncomfortable and violated. Despite the discomfort, Nikki Bella managed to also handle the situation professionally and with grace. Overall, Nikki Bella was applauded for handling the situation with the young fan with special needs with understanding, knowing it was not intentional. Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. Meanwhile, this incident involving Alexa Bliss and a young fan is different from Nikki Bella's experience. It looks like he was fully aware of what he did. Alexa Bliss, a former WWE Women's Champion, is a well-known and highly appreciated wrestler who has gained a massive following due to her cunning and sassy character. Some fans have a weird obsession with Bliss that crosses the lines of traditional fandom during the in-ring actions and also meet and greet. Moreover, during a non-televised WWE house show, an incident involving Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax highlighted the unpredictable nature of live events and the need for clear boundaries between fans and wrestlers. The occurrence, though less aggressive than others, still serves as an important conversation starter about the expectations of fan conduct. The moment unfolded as Nia Jax carried Alexa Bliss out of the ring in a display of dominance, a common move in professional wrestling. As Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss were making their way back to the locker room area after their match, an unexpected and alarming incident occurred. A young fan who had been lurking in the crowd suddenly reached out and slapped Alexa from behind. This sudden physical contact, though seemingly minor, was a clear violation of personal space and a disrespectful act that took advantage of the proximity afforded by the live event setting. Nia Jax was caught off guard by the fan's sudden and aggressive behavior, but she quickly sprang into action. She turned Alexa around to shield her from any further unsolicited contact and made sure that they were were both safe from harm. The incident was brief, but it left an impression on both the performers and the audience. In a later interview with Give Me Sport, Alexa Bliss shared her thoughts on the occurrence. And this is what she had to say. "Well, when that happened, I asked her because she was carrying me over her shoulders. I was like, 'Was you?' And she was like, 'No, like we just walked back and laughed it off.' But it was still one of those. I was very shocked. It happened. I was like, oh my gosh, was a YouTuber. I know it was just a little kid. Kids do what they want." While she and Nia Jax were able to laugh it off afterwards, the incident raised important questions about the conduct of even the youngest fans at wrestling events. This isn't the only time Bliss has also encountered some strange interactions during meet and greet events. Alexa Bliss. During the WrestleMania 35 weekend, a fan approached Alexa Bliss and asked for a picture together. However, things took an uncomfortable turn as the fan posed with Bliss as if they were a married couple. In the picture, the fans can be seen placing their hand on Bliss's forearm, causing her to feel uneasy and awkward about the situation. However, there have been other instances where the line between character and person has been blurred, resulting in uncomfortable situations. One such incident occurred during a meet and greet session at WrestleMania 34 weekend, where Alexa Bliss had an uncomfortable encounter with a fan, leading to discussions about appropriate conduct. The event was supposed to be a happy and joyous occasion where fans could meet their favorite wrestlers, get autographs, and take pictures. Alexa Bliss was also present, all ready to greet her admirers with a bright smile. However, the atmosphere changed when one particular fan decided to pose for a photo in an inappropriate manner. He lay down on his side instead of standing beside her, delivering an awkward hug where his arms were positioned questionably close to Bliss's body. The photo, which soon became viral on the internet, showed a visibly uncomfortable Bliss trying to maintain her composure despite the fans' daring pose. Kelly Kelly. Kelly Kelly was an incredibly popular wrestler during her time in WWE. Her all-American girl charm and infectious energy made her a fan favorite. However, as is often the case with fame, it came with a downside. Kelly Kelly had to deal with overzealous fans who sometimes crossed the line. One particular incident stands out. A photo surfaced on social media that raised concerns about fan behavior and personal boundaries. The photograph depicted Kelly Kelly, a well-known celebrity, standing in a parking lot, and it looked like she was in a phone conversation. The setting was a public space, and it seemed like a moment of solitude for the WWE diva. However, an over-enthusiastic fan approached her from behind, ignoring the context entirely. The fan wrapped his arms tightly around her waist, trapping her in an unwanted embrace for a picture. The photograph equally showed the male fan with a sinister smile on his face, which appeared to be completely out of context and inappropriate. Kelly Kelly, on the other hand in the picture, seemed visibly surprised and uncomfortable by the man's intimate gesture, which she did not expect nor invite. The image highlighted how these inappropriate behaviors from fans extend beyond the WWE settings to public spaces, which further shows the lack of privacy that public figures often face, and reinforce the significance of respecting boundaries and personal space. The incident in question was particularly concerning due to the nature of the photograph, which seemed to be an image of Kelly Kelly during her initial days in the WWE when she was just 19 years old. As a young and rising star in the industry, she was suddenly thrown into the public eye, and with that came the added difficulty of managing interactions with fans who may not have been aware of the boundaries that come with personal space, or who may not have respected them. This put her in a challenging position, one that required her to be vigilant and careful at all times. While the situation with Kelly Kelly was really disturbing, this next female wrestler's experience with a fan is more disturbing. Maria Kanellis. Maria Kanellis, a well-known and respected wrestler, had a disturbing experience during her tenure with Ring of Honor, a wrestling promotion renowned for its enthusiastic fans and thrilling in-ring action. The incident not only crossed the line of appropriate fan behavior, but also a serious breach in event security measures. At a Ring of Honor event, the atmosphere was electric as the crowd cheered and jeered their favorite wrestlers. Maria was at ringside engaging with the audience as part of her taunting routine when a fan crossed the line. Seizing the opportunity, the fan reached over the railing and groped Maria on the behind in a shocking and unacceptable act of sexual assault. This disgraceful behavior not only violated Maria's personal space and safety, but also tarnished the spirit of the event and could have serious legal consequences for the perpetrator. We must condemn such actions and ensure that all fans, wrestlers, and staff are treated with respect and dignity at all times. The issue was worsened by the lack of response from the security personnel stationed near the railing. Their negligence does not reflect well on Ring of Honor as a company. It raised questions about the measures in place to protect wrestlers from such violations and the training provided to security staff to handle these situations promptly and effectively. Maria Kanellis, in the aftermath of the incident, could have pursued charges for the inappropriate contact. She took to Twitter to express her feelings. She wrote, "Thank you, New York, for coming to see Mike Bennett and myself, but the guy in the front row grabbed my bum. I will have you thrown out next time. You are a pervert. I'm not to be touched ever by a fan, whether I am working or not. It's gross. I'm not a toy. You pay to watch. So watch. Don't touch. The only person who can touch it is Mike Bennett. From now on, you will get thrown out. Thank you." It was disheartening that she had to endure such behavior while performing her professional duties. Page. Transition from the discomforting experience of Maria Kanellis, we now turn to a moment that, while discomforting, was handled with a remarkable display of professionalism. Paige, a legendary wrestler renowned for her unique style and rebellious attitude, has had her fair share of unforgettable fan interactions throughout her illustrious career. However, not all of these encounters have been positive. At a Comic-Con meet and greet, an event that celebrates the passion of fandom across various genres, Paige was subjected to an incident that exposed the darker side of fan enthusiasm. During this particular meet and greet, Paige was graciously available to her fans for photos and autographs, a common practice for wrestlers to connect with their supporters. But the line between admiration and impropriety was crossed when a fan, while taking a photo with Paige, wrapped his arms around her in a manner that was far from appropriate. The positioning of his arms was not only invasive, but also disrespectful, leaving Paige visibly stunned by the fan's actions. The photo, which captured the uncomfortable moment, quickly circulated on social media, drawing criticism and concern from the wrestling community. It was a clear violation of Paige's personal space and a breach of the unspoken contract of respect that should exist between fans and the wrestlers they admire. This incident at Comic-Con was a sobering reminder of the need for boundaries at public events. It also sparked a conversation about the policies surrounding meet and greets, prompting organizers to reconsider how they can better protect the talent from such oversteps. In the wake of the incident, some wrestlers, including Sasha Banks, have implemented a no-contact policy during their meet and greet sessions. While initially met with some criticism, this policy is increasingly seen as a necessary step to ensure the safety and comfort of both the wrestlers and their fans. Sasha Banks. Speaking of Sasha Banks, she has also had her own shared experience with inappropriate fans in the WWE. Sasha Banks, a professional wrestler known as The Boss, has gained a massive following due to her exceptional skills, engaging personality, and intense performances in the ring. Her matches are always energetic and captivating, leaving the audience at the edge of their seats. However, during a WWE event in 2019, Sasha Banks became the center of a disturbing incident that caused a lot of controversies, not because of her in-ring performance, but rather due to a fan's inappropriate and disrespectful behavior towards her. The incident happened after a match where Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch had taken their fight to the crowd, a common practice in wrestling to increase the drama and excitement. Although the fans were meant to observe the action, one of them went beyond the acceptable boundaries and acted in a manner that was both shocking and inappropriate. Caught on camera, the fan reached out and slapped Sasha Banks on the backside before quickly removing his hand. That was a violation of her personal space. Such behavior not only showed a lack of respect towards Sasha as a performer, but also constituted an assault that could have had severe legal consequences. A few moments later, the same fan grabbed Banks on the arm, only to release her quickly. It is unclear what the fans' intentions were behind this conduct. After the incident, Sasha Banks expressed her displeasure by commenting on the Instagram post in 2019, stating that she would sue. Although it seemed like Banks was joking, she would have had a valid reason to take legal action if she chose to do so as a former WWE star. Dakota Kai. While there were cases of fans touching female wrestlers inappropriately during meet and greets, this next fan asked Dakota to hold him inappropriately for a picture. Dakota Kai is a WWE superstar who has made a name for herself with her fierce in-ring style and her fan-friendly demeanor. She has earned a dedicated following in the WWE universe, with fans eager to meet and interact with her at various events. However, during one particular meet and greet, a fan's request would push the boundaries of appropriateness to a level that left many onlookers feeling uncomfortable. The fan asked Dakota Kai to pose for a photo pretending to choke him. While this may have been intended as a playful nod to wrestling moves, the fan's specific desire for physical contact in such a manner was inappropriate and bizarre. Dakota Kai was caught off guard by the request and complied with visible reluctance and unease. The resulting photo showed Dakota Kai with her arm awkwardly around the fan's neck, her expression one of hesitance, rather than the enthusiasm typically seen at these events. This image quickly became a topic of discussion, as it was clear that the fans' peculiar fetish had infringed upon Dakota Kai's comfort zone. Shia Brookside. Certain fans of pro wrestling tend to overstep boundaries when interacting with female stars. Even though multiple security guards and barriers are keeping the fans away from the performers, a few fans still find a way to get away from their watchful eyes. At a recent WWE live event, Shia Brookside, a promising female wrestler, was subjected to a horrifying and intolerable violation of her boundaries. A fan inappropriately touched her ass, causing an outpouring of outrage and concern about the safety of female wrestlers. On her Twitter account, Brookside shared, "Last night this happened to me, so here's your friendly reminder. It is not okay to slap a wrestler's arse during their entrance, or even lay your hands on them without permission. We are still people. Be respectful." The NXT UK superstar then stated that at the end of the day, we are still people and need to be respectful of one another. It's worth noting that while the majority of fans respect the boundaries of WWE superstars, it only takes a few incidents to remind us of the vigilance required to maintain a safe and respectful environment for all. However, this sense of entitlement, where fans believe their ticket or meet and greet pass grants their liberties with the performers, is a troubling trend. It's a mindset that disregards the humanity of the wrestlers, viewing them not as individuals with rights to personal space and consent, but as characters who exist solely for fan service. This is a dangerous misconception that can lead to inappropriate and disturbing behaviors with female wrestlers we've discussed, and it shouldn't be encouraged. For more exciting videos like these, do not slide away. All you need to do is click on any of the cards on your screen to keep exploring.